hopefully that fixes it. Yeah, I got volume now. I think I do. But I honestly do not know what that humming is, so whatever. We're gonna have to deal with the humming. But yeah, so like, just decided that, you know, might as well start doing this again, because I did it like once, and I did receive some good feedback and that people actually enjoyed it, so I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do it, and then I'll just like upload it to YouTube after, and I think my YouTube channel's in my Twitch somewhere, but if it's not, just let me know in like the chat, whatever. But I'm just doing this because it's easier to do it this way instead of like making a video then uploading it to YouTube. But pretty much we've got the ESL Pro League Season 7 finals coming up, which should be exciting. Obviously there's a few things that have changed. I'm sure everyone here is aware of it, but we have some different regions in it now besides the North American and European. We've got the Asia Pacific region and Latin America, and I believe that's it. But still, including more regions, obviously the Australian, Pacific, and I don't know what it stands for. Basically, all the Asia, basically Oceania. So you've got your Asian teams as well in there, which is always good. So teams that we probably never would have seen at this would be MVP, Greyhound, and the Sharks. So that's pretty good. And I believe Europe got an extra spot as well. But pretty much these are the teams. So MVP, Greyhound, Mouse Sports, Nip, Nadas, Winter, FaZe, Space Soldiers, Australis, Herald, blah 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 blah. I can't be bothered reading the rest. But pretty much I'm just going to go through over my thoughts and like what I think is going to happen at this event. Now, so they released the initial matchups like ages ago, but pretty much first off, FaZe and Cloud9 to start off the whole event, which is going to be pretty good. And I believe they're best of threes at first, aren't they? No, best of ones. So I'm not exactly sure. Let's see what the format is. It is I think it might be the first round's best of ones, and then after that is the best of threes, because that's what they've been doing with like a lot of ESL or IM events lately. But either way, I'm gonna go through the first matchups and stop like rambling. But yeah, but FaZe and Cloud9, this one's a bit iffy, but I reckon FaZe should win. Obviously both teams, you know, they've had some roster switch ups with Cloud9 obviously losing Stewie 2K to SK, so they've got FNS now, and FaZe obviously taking out Olafmeister for Exist, so it's definitely going to be interesting. FaZe at first seemed like they were struggling, but you know, at IM they lost to Renegades, and whoever would have expected that. But then they went on to win the whole tournament and beat Australis 3-0, so pretty dominant. Maybe starting to find some form, so I guess this is more of a proving ground for FaZe to actually show that, you know, that wasn't just a once off, and that they are going to be the super team that they've always been. And same for Cloud9, I guess, to actually show that this roster can actually do work. You know, they did lose to FaZe in a best of 3 last time they met at IM Sydney, but they also lost the map off order, which, you know, I don't know, I guess it's early in the tournament, but still wouldn't really expect that to happen. And I'm pretty sure the last map was pretty close as well, if I remember correctly. So let's have a bit of a squeeze. Yeah, last map went to overtime. So pretty crazy. But yeah, so definitely this one I see FaZe taking it 2-0. But I still wouldn't be surprised if Cloud9 are able to still win with like the form FaZe have been in recently, because it hasn't been consistent. But on paper, FaZe should take this 2-0. Wait, no, it's a best of one. Keep forgetting that. But yeah, FaZe should win it. I see them doing better. And obviously with Dust 2 coming in, I'm not sure how that's going to affect it yet. So that will be interesting. But haven't really seen the two teams play it yet. So will be interesting. But yeah, I reckon FaZe will take it like 16 to like 10 or something like that. Cloud9 should make double digits. 16-10, 16-12, around there. Now the next game, Mousesports and the Sharks. So obviously the Sharks being from the American region, but the Latino one, obviously not the North American region, so South America. But Mousesports will take this pretty easily. I'd say that the Sharks would be lucky to get 5 rounds. But you never know. Obviously their playstyle will be completely different to any other region that Mousesports have seen, so they might catch them off guard, but I don't see Mousesports dropping this one. So definitely like a 16-5 in the Sharks' best case scenario. Now the next game, NRG and Heroic. Now I reckon this will actually be a good game. Now like obviously NRG being lately in online like ESL Pro League and ECS, they've been doing really well, but they've been really an online team lately. They didn't really do that well at IM Sydney. They did take a map of G2. They only beat Boots, yeah, so obviously not very good. I guess their game against Astralis was pretty close. To be fair, they took them to overtime. And I guess that'll be interesting. Now Heroic, they did lose to AGO. I believe this was to get into ESL Pro. No, Star Series. Excuse me, because this is ESL Pro League. But you know, Heroic. You know, I see them. They're pretty consistent. Like they're never like really good. But I can. If NRG, because NRG, they're really inconsistent. Like, if they bring the online form, they will beat Heroic pretty easily, but I don't, with their recent LAN performances, I don't see them actually, you know, bringing that with them. So I'm definitely going to say Heroic will take this one. Probably like a 16 to like 16-12. I still reckon it'll be close, but could probably go either way, 16-12 to whichever team actually wins. But yeah, so this one's a bit iffy, but it'll be pretty close. Now the next game, Na'Vi and MVP. I definitely see Na'Vi taking this one. I mean, it's possible MVP could do it, but really don't see it. I think they got completely crushed by Mousesports. They might have had one good map. Yeah, they had one good map. But yeah, Na'Vi will take this like 16-8, 16-6. But at the same time, definitely wouldn't be surprised. Like, it's possible for MVP to upset. I can't remember what event it was at, but I believe they did beat SK. So was it SK that they beat? I do not remember. Let's have a look. If this is gonna load. I know they beat someone notable. It would have been ages ago. Yeah, it was that Star Series. I can't remember what it was. But go on to the next game here. And we do have a Liquid versus Greyhound. Now, obviously, me being an Australian, I'm obviously going to be a bit biased, but I'll try not to. But Liquid should take this pretty easily, obviously. One of the best teams in North America. With the addition of Taco, definitely expect them to use that, but I mean they did lose to SK, but I believe this is online. I'm guessing this is ECS. Yeah, but I don't know, haven't really seen too much impressive stuff from Liquid lately, but let's actually go look. They I don't think they went to IM Sydney, so they haven't really played a LAN in ages except for DreamHack Marcel where they lost to Gambit. Is this in the quarter? No, decider match. So they didn't even get out of groups. So I mean, I guess Liquid, obviously their last LAN didn't go well, but they did play some not necessarily better teams actually. Greyhound, like at their last LAN, they did pretty good considering who they are. Beat SK, and obviously they did beat FaZe as well. We took a map off FaZe, and I believe they took them to overtime. No, they didn't. They lost in +2. But still, definitely like good. Like they got double digits in every single map, and even the ones they lost, which is pretty good. So like, I reckon this one in the best of one scenario, I wouldn't be surprised if Greyhound do actually take this. Like now when I rethink this and look at everything, probably should have looked at everything before, but I can't be bothered. But definitely if I do this in the future, obviously, it'll be more fresh in my head anyway. But yes, I definitely see Liquid taking this one, but I'm gonna be biased and I'm gonna say Greyhound will take this 16 to like 16-10. I reckon Greyhound will upset. Like, if it's an upset, it won't be a really close game. It'll still be competitive, but if it's an upset, Greyhound will like crush them. If it's a close game, Liquid will win. But yes, I'm gonna go Greyhound 16-10. Now the next one. Now this one I'm definitely biased for, Renegades and Space Soldiers, but I reckon this will still be a good game. Like, obviously Space Soldiers having a roster change. I can't remember who they got rid of. Or did they have a roster change? Or was that like a rumour? I can't remember. I remember seeing something on the homepage, but I'm not 100% sure. Might be wrong. But either way, I haven't really seen much of Space Soldiers lately. But like as you see here, they've been losing most of their, I'm guessing these are online matches. They've been getting pretty destroyed, whereas Renegades, they've been finding a bit of form. They really shouldn't have lost to Tyloo, but Tyloo did really good as well at IM Sydney, getting to the semi-finals. But Renegades did make it out of groups, which is good. They beat FaZe in the best of 3, 2-1. And obviously, one of the maps was a pretty big comeback as well, if I remember. Yeah, on train they came back, which is pretty good. Overpass, they could have taken that, and they could have won in 2 maps pretty much. Like all the maps were pretty close as well, which is pretty good. And yeah, so like obviously by form, Renegades obviously have been doing a lot better, and I definitely see them beating Space Soldiers probably 16-10. I still think it could be competitive. I keep going with 16-10. It's like my consistent number at the moment, but I definitely see Renegades taking this out, and this isn't just me being biased. Like Space Soldiers haven't been performing, but then again, it will be on LAN. Obviously, Space Soldiers tend to do a little bit better on LAN, but I see that as well with Renegades. Like they do have better results at LAN, but Renegades starting to make they're starting to consistently at least make the quarters at decent tournaments, which is good, and I see them doing that again at ESL Pro League. But yeah, Renegades take this one. Now let's go to the next one. Now Optic versus Astralis. Now this is a pretty much a no-brainer. Gotta go with Astralis on this one, because I mean they lost to E United, like Optic, and lost Complexity. I'm guessing this is a forfeit, but I haven't really seen too much from Optic lately. And Astralis, you know, obviously making the finals at IM Sydney. You know, beating Fnatic 2-0, beating Mouse Sports. You know, they've been pretty consistent lately, and I don't see them dropping this one. So probably like a 16, 6, 16, 8. I don't see Optic doing much. But you know, I guess it's the Danish battle, even though Optic are from North America, but they're still Danish, so it'll be pretty interesting. But yeah, Astralis will take it out. Now the next game, Nip and SK. Now this is going to be an interesting game, I reckon, because I haven't really seen Nip at any lands recently, besides DreamHack Masters Marcel, where they did beat SK in a best of one on Train, 16-13. But I feel like this could be a good game for both teams. I feel like they need to both prove a point, I guess. I think this tournament is pretty important. You know, obviously SK with Stewie. It's going to be interesting how SK develop, obviously now speaking English, so that obviously will that'll play into part of how they've been doing lately. But I reckon, you know, they've got 2 or 3 more tournaments to be able to, like, you know, have a bit of an excuse for not doing as well as they should be. But after that, then I reckon that will be actually SK, because it only takes so long to adjust to English. But then again, it could take a lot longer. But obviously we haven't seen too much from Nip lately, so I feel like this would be an important tournament. Now I'm trying to think, how did Nip actually do at Marcel? Let me check that, because okay, they lost to Fnatic. I'm guessing this is in the quarterfinal, so they made it to quarters, so that's pretty good. And you know, the map they lost wasn't that close. The map they won wasn't close, but the last map was pretty close, so that's respectable. So I reckon at this stage I see Nip taking this. You know, SK losing to Greyhound, obviously not something that SK would do. I can't remember. They lost to, was it Tyloo? I'm pretty sure they lost to Tyloo as well, so yeah, definitely seeing Nip taking this one, probably 16-10. Again, 16-10, because I see this game being competitive, but I see Nip winning it. But you know, could be surprised SK could come together finally. But yeah, and yeah, so those are all the first matchups. Now, you know, obviously teams at this tournament, like, I definitely see FaZe being in the finals again, and probably an Astralis or a Mouse Sports. Like those are the teams that I see making it to the final and potentially winning. Obviously, Mouse Sports and FaZe, you know, they'll meet up in the second game, unless Cloud9 somehow take that. But Na'Vi down here, they've got a pretty easy run, and I'm not sure if it's like, if they get to here, if they just get straight into the playoffs. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but well, I won't go through the actual format because I've got no idea on the actual format. But yes, I definitely see those teams making it into the playoffs or winning the tournament. I think like it's just gonna be important for I reckon teams like Navi, SK, Nip, Renegades, Cloud9 to like actually start proving themselves. Same with Liquid, because I haven't really been doing too much lately. Let me actually see if I can find out the actual format, because it's so dumb. I actually should have looked everything up before. Would it be in here? Let's find out. Okay, so the group winners will automatically progress to the semi-final. Yeah, so it's like I am Sydney. So pretty much, if you win the group, you go to the semi-finals while the run is up, and the third place sides will fight for survival in the first round of the playoffs. So pretty much, yeah, it's like I am Sydney. So if you get here, you make the playoffs. If you win this, you go to the semis. If you lose, you go to the quarters. And here you go to the quarters if you win this. So pretty self-explanatory. So I'm guessing from that 6 teams will make the playoffs. 2 will get straight to the semis. And so based on that, if you go through this, FaZe or Mouse Sports will get through to the semis. Navi or I reckon Navi or Heroic will get the other spot here, and then down here will be whoever loses out of Mouse Sports and FaZe will get the last quarterfinal spot there. Now with this group, it's gonna be a hard one. I reckon Liquid will win, Renegades will win. Actually, no, I said Greyhound, didn't I? I said they were upset, but let's be realistic. Actually, Liquid will probably win, Renegades win, but I wouldn't be surprised if they upset. If it's Liquid will beat Renegades. If not, Greyhound will lose. Like I don't see Space Soldiers getting through there, but pretty much realistically, ranking wise, Renegades or Team Liquid would get into that winners match of the group. And on the other side, Astralis and Nip, I reckon. And out of them, Astralis will win. So it's got to either be Liquid or Renegades against Astralis, but out of that, Astralis will get the semi-final spot pretty easily. And so whoever makes it through there, and then down here, pretty much either Renegades or Liquid will get into this last game, depending on who goes through up the top, and probably SK will be the other team in that game, and that'll be interesting. That'll be one interesting game, but pretty much for Renegades to make it, for me, they have to win this game. I don't see them getting through in the lower bracket. Like I feel like SK will come together down there, but I mean it's possible for them to still make it through, but don't know. Like I just want Renegades to make it through. Being an Australian, it's obviously pretty important. But yeah, like that's what I think's gonna happen, and then once it gets to the playoffs, Renegades will go out in the first round. If they make it to the semis, who knows? But yeah, I definitely see FaZe, Mouse Sports or Astralis in the finals, but yeah, this is all a bit disjointed and I can't be bothered editing it because I just want to put it straight up there and start doing this again and just get better at it. And yeah, so yeah, thank you.